Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. Today in this video we are going to be making some plaster of Paris molds, which here will be the final copy. And so pretty much there are a couple things that you are going to need. So first off, you're going to need a bowl, preferably glass, and fill it up with a little bit of water, just about that much. That is a little much, but whatever the heck works. Second off, you're going to need some plaster of Paris. I just got the 4-pound all-purpose plaster of Paris for this video for making my molds. You can try a couple other things. If you want to spend the money, you can buy cuttlefish bones. Those work too. But yeah, plaster of Paris is what I enjoy using. It's a little harder and it turns out pretty darn good, and it is mostly reusable. So you need the bowl. You need your plaster of Paris, and you're going to need a paint stirrer, which is what I like using, a old shoebox with the top, which is what everything is resting on. Pretty much your shoebox is just for putting down failed attempts of plaster of Paris. There's a lot of it in here. It just sort of crumbles extremely easy. Next, you are going to need a nail. You're going to need a nail, whatever you want to make your mold out of. So I will be making one of these to show you, and also hopefully another kind of mold. So
you need a hot pot.
You need one of these, which is just a little Mega Bloks rifle, and that is something that you could use. You can also use something more in depth, like this cross. You could use something like that if you would like. So pretty much that is all you really need. So first off, I already have my water in there, so let's add a little bit of plaster of Paris. And you do want to be making this on a surface that does not matter if it gets dirty. That can be cleaned pretty darn easy because stuff is going to get dirty. And just know that you are probably going to get plaster of Paris all over your hands. You are, and maybe on your shirt and your pants or something like that. So first off, you can eyeball it, or you can do it by the math that's on the back of the box. It's easier to eyeball it, so I just pour a good amount of it in there. Rest it, and take my little stirrer, and I just mix this up a whole lot. And it is still very, very watery at this point, and that is okay. You add more of it in there. The one goal is you don't want to add too much. You should only have to do this 3 or 4 times. You just get it nice and mixed up. So
I have a neodymium magnet, and the nail won't come off. I'm looking for my other neodymium magnet.
It's right here. It's holding a screwdriver. Okay, so when you want to do this, you want it to be sort of like pancake syrup. Pancake putty, dude.
We should make a video on how to get neodymium
Okay, so
magnets.
pretty much you just keep adding it in there until it is at a nice hard paste. So it is still very, very watery at this point. It is still very watery. So just want to keep adding the stuff in there and stirring it in very well. So this is my second bag of it I have used. It is hard to use at first. It does take a lot of trial and error. Sorry about my brother, he's being retarded like usual.
No, I took my finger under too mean.
Okay, so you just want to keep stirring it up. I added a lot of water because I wanted it to be able to make enough molds for 2 different things, which I will be making that and hopefully trying to make this here. So I'm just going to keep mixing this in. Get mixed in. You need to break it down and make sure that there are no chunks in there, so you can just poke it and then keep stirring it up. Boom! As you see, it still is very liquidy. You need it to be pretty hard because you are going to be working with this in your hands. So it does need to be able to, in a way that it's sort of like a cube, or not exactly a cube, just like pretty much like a ball of goop, and then you press it in there and it will harden.
If you're wondering how I got these beast magnets that cost a lot of money, take them out of an old hard drive.
Yeah, he likes eavesdropping and being dumb and ruining my videos. So, yeah, that's what he's doing right now.
Old hard drives.
I'm going to add even more stuff into there because you do want this to be nice and pasty. Okay, this is good. Once I get this all mixed in, this will be just fine.
It's a strong magnet.
Alright guys, so it's good. So now I'm just going to pour a whole lot of it out there. As you guys can see, it is very putty-like, and I'm just going to take my little thing and drop it right in there, and take my other mold and drop it right in there. I probably should have waited a little longer before I did this, but who really cares? I probably should have waited a little longer before I put it back in there. So now it's just going to sit in here and harden. You do want to tap it and wiggle it around. Alright, but the one thing you do not want to happen is do not want it to submerge in. If you do not do this right, it will very easily submerge in. So that's one thing you need to try to avoid. So that one there, I think I put it in a little bit too early, so I'm just going to take it out and clean it off with some water and put it back in. So now I'm just going to let this here sit in there for a little while and get a little harder. So as this hardens, I'm going to clean off my two little pieces.
Oh, look at the room.
You really have got to let this harden up. Just going to pour a little bit of water from my water jug on there. And then let that there clear. So once that there gets cleaned off mostly, you can really just touch it and see if it's good enough to where you can just set it back in. And that is really good right now. So I can just sort of press this in there and let that rest in there and add my other piece.
By the way, next episode we'll be melting gold from old computer components.
We will be trying to do some of that. Not exactly next episode. Thank you for ruining my big surprise.
You're welcome.
Now these are just going to sit in here and harden. So, there really isn't a whole lot else you can do. And just sit here and wait. So, I will get back to you guys when this is done. Okay guys, I'm back. It's been around 10-20 minutes and they are mostly hardened. I just set mine out in the sun and they do heat up pretty well. So each of them turned out pretty well. One thing, you want to put them in with the face down, because if you don't, it won't really do anything. The backside will come up. But now you can just take a screwdriver or something and just try to pop them up. Come on. Oh, that turned out really nice. That turned out really, really nice. There we go, but that turned out extremely nice. Yeah, also you can take, as you saw, now mine are a lot smaller just because I broke them apart with my hands. So now I'm just going to try to pop this one here out. If you are going to try to use some kind of gun, it is always better to try to use the barrel to pop out, because you can just extend the barrel if you break it a little bit. They are a little hard to come out. If you cannot get them out extremely easy, then walk outside, spritz them with a little water. Then just find your nearest faucet, spritz it with some water. That will help a lot. Or you could just dab it with your finger and then touch it. Really, anything to get some water all around it will help. So it's starting to come out now. It's almost done. Come on, buddy. I can get the tip out right now, but the whole thing does not want to come out. If that happens, that's fine. Just take your screwdriver and just run it along the edges of everything. Like so. I'm just running it down these edges. Like right there. Try to cause a little bit more separation between the actual plaster and the piece. And you can scrape off any plaster that poured over and pulled over on top. So now you got to try to pull it out without breaking any of the surrounding plaster. If a little bit comes off, that's fine, but there we go, it's out. As you can see, that one there came out. It is almost just as good as this one here. So yeah, they both turned out pretty darn well. But now one thing that you want to do is you want to blowtorch them. So you don't exactly have to blowtorch them, but I am. So I'm just going to take these outside and hit them with a quick little blowtorch for only 4 seconds each right around. So that way they get a little bit of a brown casing on the inside, like up on the barrel, just to make sure when you pour it in there it is completely hardened. If you don't want to do this, then you're going to have to set it out in the sun for a full 24 hours, and if you do that, stuff can get inside your mold. It's just very annoying. So, there really isn't a whole lot else that you need to do. Your molds do come out a little messy, but you just put them in some water and scrape them off, and they will come out just fine. Not your molds, the actual piece that you used. But yeah, guys, that's all. And in my next video, I will be showing you guys me actually pouring some pewter into these. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment for more. Peace.